When you are making logos, keep in mind a few things. The 5 types of logos, train of thought sketching, which is being loose with your thoughts and letting things flow, and then simplicity, avoid over detailing. I'll share just summarizing this. This person was a horse lover their whole life, and they were designing a logo. They were very familiar with Arabian horses, but if you're not very familiar with the subject that you're going to have in your logo, use references. Um, she knew the dish face. There was a nice fit would be had by that. So play is very important in discovery. Experiment without unexpected result. She intuitively knew there would be a fit there, and she kept doodling till she found it. I discover the fit, and it's a short jump to the yin yang symbol of perfection. There's the final branded pieces. So, train of thought sketching. Here's another example. These are finished sketches, but I think it kind of conveys the same concept. This is for a family center in California, and there's some details in here. If you were brainstorming for a family center where people would go for family um, health, mental health, and help, and other things. You might think of wise. You might think of oh, it's bright, and there's a key. It's the key to things being bright. You might think of new day. You might think of well, family's there forever. They are forever, or growing growth, young growth, dimensional health, physical and love, transformation, or special growth together, reaching new heights, multidimensional. It's again the iris center, so hands that it touches people, and then a home with 2 people in it, adult and a child, family, and a star. So special. And then you can see here where they got some of the ideas for this, the growing, probably from that, and the growing from planting, and then here, this is the final one they came up with. Friendly type, and then they came up with a little sprout there, and growing, and then it grew into the family. So train of thought sketching, and then they mixed some things together. That's train of thought sketching as well. Um, Again, keep in mind simplicity, avoid over detailing. I'm sorry, sir, you're overdrawn. Don't get into a lot of details, especially with your rough, but logos don't need to have a lot of details. Your logo, when you're creating your logo, keep in mind these 5 categories. I'll show you some samples. They can be rough like this. Here's figure ground, in which the figure goes right through it. This kind of works for figure ground. Here is, oh, also remember your adjectives. Remember your adjectives. Um, Interactive mind games, otherwise called double meaning. Here's a good example right here. It's a hand drawing the name itself. Descriptive or symbolic, seeing things bright, right on target, art, and art. By the way, this More Graphics, Carrie, she owns On3 Printing, which is a screen printing and more graphics place on the north side. Um, very successful. And she graduated from Western here. So letter form, um, you can see right there, focus on 1 or 2 letters, and then typographic. Here's another example from a student. He obviously cleaned his up, Eric Bowen, um, and he had several more, but I'm just showing you a few of them. Figure ground, this isn't really figure ground. This kind of is. This kind of is too, because there's a little breakthrough there. Letter form, focus on one or two letters. Typographic, descriptive, and interactive mind game. A E and kind of a B, and then the E and a B. And then here's some examples of final logos by students. In these examples, the students, some of them created their own kind of studio name. You can do this, pure graphic design or Glassbox Designs, Fire Show Design. I caution you with this a little bit because we talked to our advisory board, and I think some people shared that they believe that in interviews it might not make the best impression if you're pushing really hard to have your own agency type design thing. It's okay to have maybe some freelance, but to try and push it full time and get a full time job, this might be interpreted as really trying to push their own personal business rather than trying to be employed. So depending on your desire, you can either use a design that you make up for a name that you make up, or um, your name. I think this one's pretty cool. Figure ground, figure ground. This was his name. Pretty neat stuff. As simple as this one looks, it took this person a long time to create that. So um, these are finished logos. We'll have a couple weeks after the roughs are done. Um, we'll share some critiques with each other or with the roughs, and um, then we'll have a couple weeks after that to finish up the finals. That's it.